Hi, this is Terry with Sweet Pea Papers. Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, and the Junk Journal and Paper Crafts Facebook group. Now, I'd like to welcome you to the Gratitude Collab, and this is hosted by Cindy A. Lewis and Creating with Jovi. There's 18 collaborators altogether, so me and 17 others, and we each are putting up a video every Wednesday in November. So that means every Wednesday there's going to be 18 videos for you to watch. You've got a whole week to watch them, and then guess what? You get to start all over again, except for this is week 4. Anyway, so you've got a chance to get some freebies as well. Just go to the Creating with Jovi Journals and Crafts Facebook group. All these links are going to be below. And the Cindy A. Lewis Private Crafters group. Can't even talk today. And you can get some freebies there as well. Make sure to visit everybody's videos, because everybody has their own unique take on our 4 prompts, and you get to learn a little bit about that person, plus you get to watch them make something. Okay, so when we left off, we had done week 1. This is paper clipped on, if you remember, so we don't squinch our leaves. I'm just going to hold this real careful. Week 2, week 3, we just did with our window. These are all things with acetate. And now we're on week 4. So today's acetate is, we're going to put an acetate window in this envelope. You got it. That's what we're going to do. So what we need is the paper for the front of the envelope, paper for inside the envelope for where the window is, the envelope back, the card that goes inside, and the paper that we're going to attach it to. Okay? So that's what all this is. It's not that bad. It just looks like a lot. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do, you're going to ink your envelope. If it's white and not cream colored, you might want to do what I did, which is give it a nice good border around. And we're also going to need a magnet or a hook and loop closure, whichever one is better for you if you don't keep magnets around. I use the 1 by 10 millimeter magnets, which means they're 1 millimeter thick and 10 millimeters around diameter. So now we put the paper on first. We're going to leave a little bit of a border, so I'm going to make my mark just a little bit inside the mark. And we're going to cut a slice in the side, so I'm not really sure why I inked that side, the very edge, but I did. So let me cut this down to size. Take it down a notch and teach it who's who. Been having trouble with things sliding. Okay, we're going to ink it. And put a window right where that pumpkin is. And this is just easy. It's much easier to me than using a recycled envelope and then having to try and figure out how to either cut the hole for the window or to collage around the window or do whatever. I just put the window in myself. It makes it much easier. You need to put the paper on first so that when you cut the window out, the window's cut out in the paper as well. Believe me, I've forgotten before and then had to start all over with a new envelope. Don't want to glue in the middle of this if you're a person that glues all over the back, because you're going to get glue on your big shot if you do. Okay, now I want to slide this back a little bit because we're going to cut the edge, and I still want a border, if you know what I mean. I still want that little bit of a border here. I don't know if I'm going to get it though. Kind of cut it a little big. I forgot. Yeah, I think I can do it. Okay, then you're going to disassemble the envelope. This one's already almost done. Just came right apart. Must be older. Glue must be dried out. And then we're just going to take this. We're going to use the same die that we used for the pocket so that it'll be kind of fun and the same all the way around. Yeah, that's too small. So let's break this apart. I haven't used all of these yet. It's a new die set for me. You have to love Temu. Well, or hate it because you spend all your money there. So I guess I hate it. I get almost all my arts and crafts supplies there. So I'm just going to cut this out. So what I'll do is I'll put this where I want it to be. Then I'm going to use some washi. In fact, let's do it on the inside. Since we're just doing it in the center, it doesn't matter. If you're going to do it in a corner or across the bottom or whatever, you need to actually place the window in a specific area, then you might want to do it from the front. Put the die on the front. Now when I put this in the crocodile, or in the big shot, I mean, I'm going to fold these in over the top of it. So yes, I am going to have the indentation of the die on here because it's going to squish it down, but it doesn't matter because we're going to be papering these. Remember from last week, this is going to jiggle the camera. Almost done. So if this cut out, the envelope cut out, let's get our washi back. And that's why it's better to do the washi on the inside than the front if you have to. because these thin envelopes, the washi will sometimes actually stick and it will tear the paper. Okay, so we can put this back away. Done with it. Done with you. Okay, now we're going to ink the window. I forgot to decide which side I wanted it on to make sure it was right side up. But it looks like we're going to be okay because it's going to be on this side. Going to be on this side. Ought to be fine too. Either way. It's on the back page, so it won't matter which way it opens. Well, it will as far as if we want to put a tab on or just have the card stick out a little bit. Now we're going to bring out the acetate. Da, 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 da. Oh, this is not big enough. Oh, I don't think this one is either. Let's get this last one, see if it's... Nope, it's too narrow as well. Here's a new one. I use 8.5 by 11 projector sheets. So they're the kind you draw on when you have an overhead projector. Now you don't have to make this the size of the envelope, but why not? Comes in a pack of 100. I'm overrun with these. So we might as well. Okay. Now, I have it on a glass surface, and you would think that would make it harder to see it, but really it doesn't. What is the deal with my... glue is not wanting to cooperate. Now we're going to put the envelope back together and just glue it where there was glue before. Okay, then we're going to cut this edge off so that it becomes a pocket. Obviously, we can't leave it like that. Okay. Yeah. So let's do the inside of the envelope. I'm trying to decide if I want to do this side. Oh, I think I do. I thought maybe I would do the leaves, but I really like the color in there behind the fun foods and leaves and things. See, the other one would have been like this. See, and that wouldn't have looked as good. So, you know, we're going to have used all but 2 papers in this project of the kit. So we're going to put this inside here. The envelope's going to be a little funny till we get that back glued down. Okay, and then we're going to glue the back of the paper to the back of the envelope. Don't do it too close to the edge. I just put enough glue on there so it kind of mushes out a little bit. But try not to get it too close to the edge because you run a chance of gluing your envelope back together. Very nice. Let's make sure we didn't glue our envelope back together. No, we're fine. So let's move to the back. Let's put our magnet on. I just put them on with a piece of Scotch tape. You want to put it back from the edge a little bit because you don't want that little hump, you know, when you go to put your paper on. This is going to be your top, which it doesn't really matter with this paper. This is that thinner notebook stationery paper that I found. Looks like old paper. Got it on Amazon. Probably never be able to find it again. Oh, my Amazon devices just dinged all at once. Now this week's prompt is 3 things that you're good at. So now 3 wasn't bad. Thank goodness it wasn't 5, because I did have 3 things that came to mind that I'm good at. And so we're going to see these here in just 1 second. We're going to ink this and glue it down. Well, let's get this glued down. I wonder if we still have that other. We do. Cool. Wish I had one more. Now the 3 things that I'm good at, I have done for a really long time. That doesn't mean I'm good at it because I've done it for a really long time, but it just so happens that I have. So obviously cutting paper is not one of them. Then you're going to have to double check that this part is glued shut, which this one isn't, so we're going to have to glue it shut. Otherwise it's not a pocket, it's a tube. So try to run this one kind of straight, because this determines how deep your, oh goodness, how deep your pocket's going to be. Slit on the acetate. Okay, and that seals this up here. Okay, this is the top. So think about how I want to do this. One of the things that I'm good at is taking nature photos. I love taking close-ups of flowers, and then I also love taking pictures of bark on trees. So I don't know see, that would work. In fact, let's do that. Now, the first time you do this, you probably won't be able to do it this quick, but you should. It isn't hard. Just kind of have to get your papers together ahead of time. So let's take that great big pumpkin. Let's glue this down. And I might take a fine point marker and write on here, you know, nature photos or something like that, but I didn't get my pens out. I have my pens that I use for my Zentangles that I draw. I could put one of those on here. Pretty good at those too. Little 3x3 squares with all the squiggly lines on them. But I love, I've been to Mount St. Helens. I went to Glacier National Park and took 3,000 photos in 3.5 days. It was amazing. We carried the laptop with us in the car. And as I was taking photos, we would stop and I would open up the laptop and dump the pictures from the card and put them on the computer, and then I'd have a whole card, empty card, to start all over again with my camera. Okay. Now we want to put this on here. However, first thing I want to do is I think I'll do my other two things on here first. The other thing I'm good at is computers. My email address, which I don't mind giving out, is Techie Terry. We'll leave the rest of it off. TECHIE-TERI, like tech, Techie Terry. And I used to teach people how to, I went to college for it, how to use Microsoft Office, all the different programs in Office. And also Front Page, which is the old program that you could use to make websites with. I used to teach people how to make websites and all that kind of stuff. I used to build my own computers. Well, the other thing is teach or tutor. So I guess I was just telling you about that. So that's going to go there. This one's going to go here. And I'm wondering, you know, if we did them like this, we could make a tuck out of it and use one of these cards. But I've tutored and taught, not in school like a teacher, but taught people how to do things for over 30 years. And I really love it. I think that's one of the things I like about doing this as well. It's not teaching, kind of craft along, but still, you might pick up something you didn't know before. My whole family used to call me, though, about their computers. If anything went wrong, you know, they would always call me. I was their tech support. And I was like, well, what were you doing when your computer went kaplooey? I don't know. I always say that. Well, how can you not know what you were doing? How do you not know what you did? Well, I punched this key. Put this on the back of here. Give us a fun little leaf blob to look at. And then we need this. I don't know. Let's wait and see on that. We may not. Because it's going to open this way. And this is the back of our book, the spine. So depending on how far this sticks out. Oh yeah, we can put a tab on it. The card that's going to be inside. This is craft paper. It's go along with the rest of the craft paper in our project. That's what our pages are made of. It's craft paper. The tab on the first page is craft paper. I like saying craft paper. And you may notice I never finish a thought. I don't know why. Not very good when you're trying to show somebody how to do something, huh? Okay, so let's glue these on. On one side each, and then we'll slide the card in. I'm using the edge of this gray line as a straight line. It's a little hard to tell whether I have it straight because the angle that this little guy's at. He's happy because I just fixed him. But like I said, I used to build my own computers, and it's really fun and it's not hard. A little frustrating every once in a while, but not hard. And very satisfying. Use your own computer that you built. Plus you get to put really cool graphics and sound cards in. Make it extra cool. Alright, let's glue this on here. It's glue hanging off the end of that for some reason. Alright, there's the top. Okay, and then this will go right in here once the glue dries. Now, I realize these little white pictures are not really fall themed or anything, but you know what I could do? This might be easier. Take a piece of craft paper. We'll make the tuck out of the craft paper and we'll glue those to it, and then it'll look better. I got these images off Google. I made sure they were free. They said free. Okay, now I'm just using this to get an idea for the width of our tuck. Because these two, wow, they ended up being the same size. I didn't even do that on purpose. I just cut them out. That's pretty cool. Yeah, that'll look better. Now, to ink this. My thing has come to the end of its life. The sponge on the end of that dauber. This one's a little crooked. Put enough glue on it. This time we can slide it around a little bit. Get it straight. Oz, it isn't time for anything. No whining. I don't know what he thinks it's time for. Okay. So it's fun being good at computers. Well, except for when people find out. Because then you're their free tech. However, if you make tutorials or YouTube videos or something, and you need some help with something, be sure to email me or message me on Messenger. You can email me. It's right below the video, but it's sweetpeapapers2020@gmail.com. That's when I started Sweet Pea Papers, was in 2020. See, and that'll tuck right in there. And we're going to glue this on here. Put the magnet on the back. Hopefully it'll hold. Forgot about that craft paper. It's kind of thick. Now there we go. Yeah, and that holds our envelope to the paper. Let's make our card. I want this part to be in here. So if you remember from when we did the card that went behind the envelope, the pocket with the window, you want to put the part you want to keep inside. Then we're going to make a mark here where we think we're going to be. Oh, look at that. We'll just cut the width. Very cute. Ink both sides of it. I'm going to leave the back as a writing area. Those little fussy cuts of those little critters are awful cute. So maybe we'll put one of those on the back to kind of break up the empty space. I think I'm going to use this. Oh, he's cute. This is the full-sized one. This is the 80% sized one, or 75. I got a little carried away on his ear right there. Okay, and I'm thankful and I'm grateful that I have those skills and hobbies, because they bring me a lot of joy. They do. I wish I could get out more. I love being in nature. Into Hurricane Ridge. I live in Washington State, so I'm only 8 hours for Glacier National Park. And what the heck state is that in? Well, it's halfway in Canada. Half of it's in Canada. You kind of drive back and forth. Used to be able to anyway. I'm not sure about now. Oh, look at that. He is just so precious. Precious, precious. Oh, let's see. What did I do? You can see it, that fabric tack rolls up into little balls. You can just take it right off the page. Then what's left, if there's any left, you can just take your glue eraser. I forgot about that tab. See, I should have put that on first. Alright, so we'll put this down. See, he's holding the little sign for me. Now, if this was in a journal, you might be able to punch a hole in it and with your crocodile and put a charm on there. But it's in the middle of the page, kind of towards the spine, so I don't think I would recommend it. It would make it hard to fold. Okay. Guess I didn't really measure that, did I? Make sure I cut it right. There we go. Alright, we'll glue this on the back of here. Let's take this off and then we'll glue the front on and we'll be done with our project. I think we should put something on here. See if I have something small enough. I had to trace around him with my pencil again, and still a lot of pencil left. He's pretty cute. Put him right there. Okay. If I had another small saying, all the ones I have are really big. If I had another small one, I would have put something here. But as it is, he's sitting next to the pie. So let's get going here while we still have time. This is the longest of our videos, I think. Kind of a lot of parts we had to put together. No whining, Oz. Feeling really whiny today. The time change has him messed up. Because I don't change his food time back and forth. I just leave it at, 4 o'clock. So he's messed up by an hour. I didn't ink the paper. Okay, so that's our back page. Let's glue down our front page. We got a nice little thing going here. I'm always afraid I'm going to break the leaves. They're pretty sturdy though. I put a pretty good coat of clear coat on the front and the back. A spray can, I think it was Krylon. Triple thick or glaze or something. I don't remember what it was called, but it looks really nice. It's super thick. Makes it super shiny. Kind of gives it some depth as well. I love it when Temu messages me. They do it several times a day on my phone. Okay, so here's our 4 days. On the first day is our favorite thing about where we live. Remember, mine was nature. Then the next day was what's our favorite thing about the month, and that was pumpkin, food, drinks. Then this day was favorite season of the year, which mine just happened to be fall because of the sunflowers. So we've got the card. Then the back is the one we just did. Okay, so it opens like this. And our little things that we're good at. Then this card comes out like that. If I had a bigger card, I would have put it in. It would look better with a little bit bigger card. Okay, well that's it for the gratitude collab for me. That's week 4. I hope you've had a good time following along. Make sure to follow along with everybody else's too. And I will see you in the next collab, the next craft along series on the Sweet Pea Papers YouTube channel, and or in one of my Facebook groups, and we'll have a chat. Okay, thanks a lot. And I'd like to thank Jovi and Cindy for asking me to be in this collab. It's been really fun and a really cute kit. Thank you. Bye-bye.